what does an adult look like, or what are the key pillars?
You were saying a bunch of corporate stuff, and like I didn't really know how to respond to that because my whole response was, "Motherfucker, just quit." The reason I think our generation constantly says we can't be the new adults is because we had this idea of what an adult was supposed to look like for so long. Let's talk about social media.
3 hours and 31 minutes. Wait a minute, but it's only 2.
I'm 27 years old, full-time dentist. I am currently making more money off of social media.
Do I have a home? No. Am I getting pressure from my parents?
We are being subjected to very different circumstances.
Same methods that our parents and grandparents used are not the same ones that are going to work for us.
We're rewriting it.
We're rewriting it.
We are
Throw the whole thing
rewriting
away.
the handbook of adulting. What is going on? Welcome to episode 1 of Barely Adulting. I am your proud host, Bonsa, and today I have with me a very special guest, my big sister, Zalani.
Hey, y'all. It's nice to see you. I feel like I'm usually in the background of these things. So, first podcast, bucket list item, getting checked off. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah. I've talked a little bit about Barely Adulting through my social media and done a couple episodes on it, vlog style, but this is the Barely Adulting podcast. And this is something my sister and I have been working on quietly in the backgrounds because we feel like there is a need for a podcast that talks about the current landscape of adulting. Wouldn't you say so?
I would say so. I think it looks pretty different.
It looks a little different. Looks a little different.
And it needs to be addressed.
And the reason we say that is because we are comparing a couple different generations and the way they went about adulting. And my sister and I were 27, so I'm Gen Z.
I'm 29, so Zillennial.
And
holding on to my youth, I must say.
You're getting there. You're getting up there. You're
Please,
almost 30.
I'm scared.
But we are adulting, and it doesn't feel like it, right? It doesn't feel like it because it looks very different. This is actually a common theme that I was thinking about. The reason I think our generation constantly says that like we can't be the new adults and like I don't feel like an adult is because we had this idea of what an adult was supposed to look like for so long. And that is evolving and it's changing. But despite the fact that it's evolving, we're not revisiting the handbook of adulting, the guide of adulting, what it means to be a successful adult. And so what this podcast is going to do is essentially kind of strip that term down to understand all the facets of it and then kind of contextualize it within my generation and your generation.
So almost like rewriting the handbook.
We're rewriting the handbook.
Making edits, maybe?
Fuck it. We're rewriting it.
We're rewriting it.
We are
Throw
rewriting
the whole thing away.
the handbook of adulting. And we're going to do that a couple different ways, right? We're going to do that through one, case studies, or that's like a nerdy way to say like different guests that are going to come on. So we'll have different guests from different industries who are actually living in this generation, meaning there's not going to be a boomer sitting across from me who is going to give you advice, like speaking from their experience. It is someone who is actively working that job, right? Okay, is in that relationship, is experiencing the current struggles that come with adulting. Because one thing that we need to address is that the reason adulting is changing, it's for many reasons, but one of the main reasons is because we are being subjected to very different circumstances than previous generations have. If there's one thing that does unify all the generations, it's that we all have a specific struggle. You know what I mean? Like were boomers the Great Depression? We're about to show like how stupid we are with this one, but it was economical for some.
Okay.
Right? It was, when was the Great Depression?
Damn. Let me pull up. I don't know.
17. What I'm trying to say is like every generation has had a crisis.
Yeah. There's like one like pivotal thing, or maybe one or two pivotal things that kind of shape their behaviors, the expectations that they have around love, life, career, all of those things.
100%. Yeah. 100%. Our generation is currently facing the attention crisis. I think that's our biggest difficulty.
Well, I think, but I mean, there are a few.
There's a couple things. Yeah, there's a couple things.
And I think we'll go
honestly though, I will say this. I think most things that we are struggling with can be linked to not even specifically like attention or social media, but the things that kind of sprung from that.
Kind of pulling back a little bit, what we need to think about is like what what does an adult look like, or what are the key pillars, right, of an adult at large? And then our hope is to break them down as we go throughout
the season.
Yeah, throughout different episodes, bring experts on. So do we want to kind of talk about which pillars that we want to cover and want to hit?
Yeah, I think so. When our parents talked about adulting, they meant getting married and getting in a relationship, owning a home, and then progressing up the corporate ladder. I would say for the most part, that is how previous generations have defined adulting.
Yeah.
And those pillars still hold true, right? Like relationship, career, and finance, like home ownership is forever a thing. Like, but there's a conversation for that.
Yeah.
So,
but I think within all of those buckets, they look a little different now.
100%.
And the challenges that our generation is facing is different. And so that's what we want to address, because the same methods that our parents and grandparents used to approach those different situations are not the same ones that are going to work for us. And that's what we want to flesh out.
Yes, 100%. I think it looks very different, meaning the way that you may have been successful being an adult previously may not work in today's age.
Yeah.
Or there may just be more efficient ways to do that now. Speaking of those pillars, we need some baseline numbers, right? To compare to and kind of see where we're at. So let's go down memory lane. That's the term. Let's go down memory lane.
Okay.
In spirit of being a part of the most unserious generation, let's start with the most unserious topic: love, or lack thereof love. Okay. In 1985, 58% of U.S. households were headed by married couples, compared to 47.1% in 2024. A 10% decrease is a pretty significant decrease.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when you think about the fact that we allegedly live in the most accessible time period for dating with dating apps.
Yeah.
Right? So despite the fact that we have more opportunities to go on dates, meet people that are very similar to us, less people are actually getting in relationships, and more specifically getting married. Okay? So how about home ownership? In New York City, where I currently live, 27 years old, my big age, I share that space with my roommate. Rental prices shot up 8.6% in 2023, while wages desperately crawled up 1.2%. And this isn't just New York. This is actually a trend we're seeing across the entire United States.
Yeah.
Okay. And this was the one that was actually the most shocking to me. The average age of a first-time home buyer has risen to 40 years old, compared to 29 years old in 1981.
That's rough.
That's insane.
Honestly, I thought it would be earlier in 1981 too.
Yeah,
but
even
still,
29 seems late. But
so I should own a home right now.
Yeah, because you have to even think like 40 years old is the first time you can buy a house. That seems crazy.
40. At that point, you have had kids. Your kids are grown up. Like, or what? Like high school age is the first time that they're able to have a house with a backyard and their own spaces.
Yeah, because your kids are, dang.
Imagine an apartment.
That's madness.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I live in LA, and so I mean, I feel like in LA.
I feel like we should do a little more digging into that specific number, like geographically see like which areas too, because I'm sure like, I mean, for like New York, it's never. It's like the average age of a first-time home buyer is literally never. Yeah. So let's talk about social media, because we did make a good point. Social media does play a role in a lot of even those other pillars, right? And funny enough, one of the fears of starting a long form podcast was the fact that we knew that our generation would not be able to sit through anything that is longer than like a minute at the most. Okay.
So if you're still here, shout out to you. Your attention span is intact.
Yeah. It's probably higher than like 70% of Gen Z, I would just guess.
Yeah.
And here's actually a fun fact. In 2008, the average human attention span was 12 seconds. Fast forward to 2025, and it's hovering around 8 seconds. 8 seconds. That's shorter than that of a goldfish. Like we can't focus on one thing for longer than a goldfish can.
That's a crazy thought.
No, it's actually mental. It's actually mental, right? And that probably has to do with the fact that we're on pace to spend the next 2 decades of our lives on our phone. That's madness. Okay. So we say all that to say that there is a clear need for having this conversation of what it means to be an adult, how to do it successfully, and to kind of help pull each other out of this. Because I do believe one thing firmly It's that the only way through this is through the help of each other, right? Meaning people who are just a little further advanced than you, whether it's somebody who's working a career that you want to work and happens to be a couple years older than you, that can actually give you advice that you'll relate to,
or even the same age as you,
or even the same age, or even younger than you, or even younger than you,
within Gen Z,
within your generation. That's what it is. This is going to be like, this is for us, by us. That's what barely adulting is.
Boo boo.
Yeah, you remember?
Ugly black and up.
Exactly. Yeah. And even though we just listed off all those statistics, we are not trying to act like we are experts in adulting. I promise you, we are not. Right. And this is really a group project. It's going to take people coming on here from different industries, sharing their expertise and kind of helping build the makeup of what barely adulting is going to be, which is what we just said. It's us helping each other.
Essentially what we want to do is bring on people who are within the same generation that are growing and doing well in these areas. So whether that be someone who developed a dating app that addresses a huge issue that we have as a society and for younger people to build connection, whether that's someone who is working a career that you had no idea existed and is doing really well in it, whether that be social media or AI, it could be anything. Yeah. Just people who are in the same generation, who are doing well, have some value to bring that can help us really flesh these issues out and learn together.
100%. Because we're all at different levels of brain rot.
Yeah. Mine's high.
Yeah. We could all offer each other something different. The key here is that
everybody comment their screen time.
Ooh, that's a good one. Everybody comment their screen time. What is your screen time average this week? It's Sunday, so you probably just got the thing.
Honestly, I can pull up the numbers, and mine is going to be lower than it used to be because
I have higher this week.
I have a screen time app that forces me. Oh, actually, no, I took a break from it
Opal?
Because I'm on vacation. Yeah. Opal, shout out Opal.
Shout out Opal. We're gunning you down for a long-term sponsor.
We love Opal here.
While she does that, context matters, and
okay,
we want to contextualize this a little bit. So, I'm 27 years old. I am a full-time dentist and also a content creator. And something that's really difficult for my parents to grasp is that despite the fact that I just spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this professional degree, I am currently making more money off of social media. Imagine explaining that to your boomer parents. There is a need to readdress what it even means to make money, right? Like how to make money. Like we're just in a completely different landscape. And so that's really what we're going to be getting at throughout this season. And even you can contextualize yourself a little bit. What about you?
Yeah. What gives me the right?
That's why they need to make podcasting equipment a little more expensive.
Hey, I think that, okay. Yeah. For myself, I'm kind of at the cusp, right, of Gen Z and millennial. So I have a really unique perspective of seeing both sides of things. I'm 29 years old, and a lot of these issues are extremely pertinent to what I'm experiencing. Like, do I have a home? No. Am I getting pressure from my parents about buying a home? Absolutely. Do they understand what that really, really means? I think no.
Yeah.
There's all like, is that the right investment to be making? I'm also like at the midpoint of my career and really thinking about what does that look like? Seeing my brother doing really well with social media and loving it and that experience, and like really thinking about like what does that look like? How do you flesh that out?
There's a lot to unpack here. There's really a lot to unpack here. By the way, quickly on the single on the conversation
Ish.
of yeah.
I'm kidding.
I'm perpetually single. But you know, the homeownership thing is interesting too, because like we're being funny, but like our dad goes in on my sister about her needing to buy a home and doing all these things. But the thing is here, he's not necessarily wrong. Like he just wants you to build equity.
Right.
For me, where my brain goes is there a different way? Does that look different in our time today?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like there are people who are figuring out ways to build equity in ways that weren't accessible to our parents in previous generations, especially now if the average age of a first-time home buyer is delayed by an entire decade.
Yeah.
We kind of need to become a little innovative and figure out how we can fill that void when we can't own homes.
Right.
And that's what we're going to be trying to get at here. Because there are really brilliant people. I really believe that we belong to the most brilliant generation. And despite the fact that boomers think that we are a generation of quitters and everyone thinks that we are just way too sensitive and don't care about anyone but ourselves, I really do think that we are some of the most brilliant people. And all we need to do is have a podcast called Barely Adulting, where we have guests come on and share those insights. Okay.
We're really excited to just be on this journey together.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, we believe in this. We believe in this.
No, we really believe in this. This is something we're super excited about, and we're excited to have you all on this journey and come on it together.
Yeah.
For me, I'm mostly going to be working in the background of these things. I don't live in New York, but you know, when it makes sense, I'm happy to come on and talk about certain things. Maybe we talk about why I don't have a home at 29. Yeah, life updates. But I'm going to be learning along and kind of helping build this out. And then he's going to be
I'll be here
the face of this
all the time. The way that this can actually become beneficial to people is if people engage with it. Meaning, if we get on here and we say something that is wrong, please, I encourage you to call that out, right? Like if you are an expert in something and you want to sit in front of this camera and share that with people, please message me. And I really say that from the bottom of my heart. Again, the goal of Barely Adulting is not to present as if we have all the answers. It's the fact that we are in pursuit of those answers together. It's a journey that we're going to go on together, and I'm so excited to do it. I know it's going to take a little bit of time to figure out the formatting. My sister and I just actually spent the last probably 3 hours setting up, shooting an episode that didn't feel organic to who we were, because we were trying to talk about quitting and jobs and all this weird stuff, and it just didn't feel natural, and that's okay. But I say that to say that we are very committed to figuring out how this is going to look. And I think a big part of that has to do with
the audience.
The audience.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
And I'll close this out by giving you my screen time right now.
Go for it. Give your screen time.
So this is definitely lower than it used to be. It's 3 hours and 31 minutes today. Wait a minute, but it's only 2.
Yeah, you're on pace to finish.
It'll probably be a 6er today.
Yeah, she's on vacation though.
I'm on vacation.
It doesn't count. In terms of posting frequency, semi-regular, once a month for sure. Absolutely once a month. The goal for me is to bring on guests who really have something to offer, right? I have some pretty interesting people in my life. My roommate is an attorney who is also a designer, right? He has some insights to share.
Too.
Yeah, he's a great designer. I have a friend who is a live illustrator who is creating her career path, something that is, I think, a newer thing, like in our generations. You can create jobs now. That wasn't a thing previously, right? All these things just reiterate the fact that it's so cool. It just reiterates the fact that there is no right way to adult anymore. And we're going to address that. And at this point, I am saying the same things over and over and over as if I'm trying to hit a word count. So I think this is a great time.
Okay, well, we'll see you at the next one.
To close it out, yeah. Comment your screen time. That's a great first thing.
You never shared your screen time.
My phone is dead. My phone is dead.
Ooh, what are we thinking, ballpark?
For the day?
Yeah.
Probably like 3 hours. I'd say 3 hours.
Okay.
I check mine pretty frequently. Yep.